Ladies and gentlemen, you think adversity is something to fear, don't you? You see it coming, and instead of facing it head on, you cower, you run, you try to avoid it. Let me tell you something right now, adversity is not your enemy. It's your ally. It's your partner in the pursuit of greatness. Without it, you wouldn't have the strength you need to succeed. You wouldn't have the resilience required to keep going when the odds are stacked against you. You need to stop running from adversity and start running towards it. Why? Because that's where the magic happens. Every time you face adversity, you're being tested, you're being stretched. And if you have the courage to face it, if you have the guts to push through, you'll come out on the other side stronger, better, and more prepared for the next challenge. But here's the thing, your perspective on adversity has to change. You have to stop seeing failure as a roadblock and start seeing it for what it truly is, a stepping stone to your success. Every setback, every challenge, every difficulty is just a lesson in disguise. It's an opportunity for you to grow, learn, and evolve. But you won't get the lesson if you give up. You won't get the lesson if you quit. So when adversity hits, and it will hit, what are you going to do? You can either sit there and sulk, feeling sorry for yourself, or you can rise up and take massive action. That's what separates the winners from the losers. The winners don't stop. The winners don't sit and wait for things to get easy. They take action, they push forward no matter what. And when things get hard, they don't back down, they double down. You want to turn adversity into a weapon for success? Then you need to move faster, work harder, push through the pain. And if you can do that, you'll find that the very things you thought were going to break you are the things that'll make you. Let me tell you something else. Adversity doesn't just teach you how to succeed. It teaches you how to become the person capable of succeeding. It shapes your character. It builds your focus. It disciplines you. You won't become a champion if you can't handle the pain. You won't become the person you need to be if you shy away from every challenge. Every time you face a setback and rise above it, you're becoming stronger. You're becoming sharper. And you're building the mental toughness necessary to take on even bigger challenges. So next time life throws a punch at you, don't flinch. Take it, and then get back up and hit back harder. But here's the thing about adversity, it doesn't just prepare you for the challenges ahead. It turns you into a winner for the long haul. When you've learned how to take adversity head on, you stop seeing obstacles as problems. You see them as opportunities. And that's how you build momentum. That's how you continue to rise. You turn every battle, every challenge, every setback into a launching pad for your future success. The people who make it are the ones who use adversity to fuel their drive. They use it to build a foundation of strength and determination that can't be shaken. So when life knocks you down, and it will get up, don't sit there whining about it. Don't wallow in self-pity. Get up and fight. Turn that adversity into your weapon. Because when you learn to use adversity as fuel, you'll realize that there's no limit to what you can achieve. There's no challenge too big, no mountain too high, no obstacle too insurmountable. You can win, and you will win. But you have to make the choice to face adversity, to push through it, and to use it to sharpen your mind, your spirit, and your will. The question is, are you ready to make that choice? Adversity is not something to avoid or shy away from. It is a fundamental part of the journey. The truth is, if you've never faced adversity, then you've never truly lived. Adversity is the crucible in which character is forged. Without it, there's no growth, no expansion, no progress. Think about it. How does a seed grow into a mighty tree? It pushes through the soil, faces the storm, battles the winds, and endures the harshest of conditions. Without adversity, that seed would never become what it was meant to be. And you, too, are that seed. The obstacles you face today, the hardships, the setbacks, the challenges, they are not punishments. They are opportunities in disguise. Too many people view adversity as something to avoid, something that only brings pain and frustration. But when you change the way you look at adversity, when you begin to see it as the stepping stone to greatness, you open yourself up to a new reality. The person you are becoming today is being shaped by the struggles you're facing. Without them, you would not have the resilience, the mental toughness, or the understanding you now possess. You see, adversity forces you to dig deep, to reach within yourself and discover a strength you didn't even know you had. It pushes you to find solutions to problems you didn't think were solvable. It forces you to look at things from a different perspective. In that moment of struggle, you either break down or you break through. The choice is yours. And the beauty of it is that when you decide to face adversity head on, when you refuse to back down in the face of challenge, you become something greater than you were before. It's not the easy times that build character. It's the hard ones. The struggles are what teach you persistence. The hardships are what teach you discipline. The difficulties are what teach you patience. These are the tools you need to achieve greatness. And you don't acquire them in comfort. You acquire them in the fire. So instead of resenting adversity, embrace it. Recognize that it is not an obstacle standing in your way, but a bridge that will take you to the next level. Adversity has a way of revealing who you truly are. It shows you your limits, and then it gives you the chance to push past them. It shows you your weaknesses and forces you to strengthen them. It shows you your fears and challenges you to overcome them. And in doing so, it unlocks a version of yourself that you never knew existed. You become stronger, wiser, more determined. Every challenge you face, every hardship you endure, brings you closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. So, the next time adversity comes knocking at your door, welcome it with open arms. See it for what it truly is, a vital part of your growth. Understand that without these trials, you would never know your full potential. Without adversity, you would never rise to the heights you are capable of reaching. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to propel you forward. Because in the end, it is adversity that will turn you into the person capable of achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. You see setbacks as failures, don't you? It's natural to feel that way when things don't go as planned. When you get knocked down, it's easy to believe you've hit a dead end. You might feel frustrated, discouraged, like you've been dealt the wrong hand. But let me tell you something that most people don't realize: setbacks are not the end of the road, they're the beginning of your next chapter. The truth is, setbacks are your greatest opportunities for growth, but only if you choose to reframe your perspective on them. The challenge is not the setback itself, but how you respond to it. Too many people see a setback as a sign to quit, to give up, to pack it all in. They throw in the towel because they can't bear the thought of failing. But that's exactly the wrong approach. You have to shift your thinking. Instead of seeing a setback as a wall that's stopping you, see it as a stepping stone that's pushing you forward. Think of every failure as a lesson you're learning. Every setback is a sign that you're being refined, shaped, made into something better. You're not losing, you're learning, you're not being defeated, you're being prepared for the next level, but that only happens when you reframe your perspective. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't feel the pain of setbacks. I'm not saying ignore the frustration or the anger when things go wrong. It's natural to feel disappointed, but don't let that feeling control you. Let it motivate you. Let it fuel your fire. When you reframe setbacks as opportunities, you stop seeing them as obstacles and start seeing them as lessons in disguise. Each setback carries with it a chance to learn something you didn't know before, to develop a skill you didn't have before, to become stronger than you were before. And when you view setbacks this way, they stop feeling like failures. They become stepping stones on your path to success. I want you to remember this: the most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding setbacks. They didn't get there by being perfect and making no mistakes. They got there by embracing the setbacks, learning from them, and continuing forward with even more determination. They understood that every setback is a part of the process. Success is never a straight line. There are always bumps along the way, always obstacles to overcome. But those who succeed are the ones who don't let those obstacles stop them. They don't let the setbacks define them. They define themselves by how they rise after they fall. The next time you face a setback, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from this experience that will make me better? It's all about how you choose to look at it. Instead of seeing it as a failure, see it as a chance to refine your skills, to become better, and to get one step closer to where you want to be. If you can reframe your perspective on setbacks, if you can stop seeing them as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities, you'll unlock a power inside you that you didn't even know existed. Every successful person has faced setbacks, every single one. The question is, what will you do with them? Will you let them define you, or will you use them to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable? The choice is yours, but remember, how you respond to setbacks will determine how far you go. So stop fearing them, stop running from them, embrace them, learn from them, and use them as the fuel that propels you toward your success. The power to turn setbacks into comebacks lies in your hands. You just have to choose to see it that way. There's no secret to success. You want to win? You want to achieve the things you dream about? It's simple, but it's not easy. The key is action, massive, unstoppable action. Not just a little here and a little there. I'm talking about the kind of action that moves you forward even when the odds are stacked against you, when the world is telling you to stop, when your mind is telling you it's too hard, too impossible, too much. It doesn't matter what's in front of you. What matters is what's inside of you. Are you willing to push through? Are you willing to take the kind of action that transforms your life, even when the path is unclear, even when no one is cheering you on? I'm telling you, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's not about sitting there hoping that someday things will line up perfectly. That's a fantasy. No, the truth is, you'll never have the perfect circumstances. You'll never have everything fall into place the way you want. But what you can control is your action. You can control the effort you put in, the fight you bring to the table every single day. When you commit to taking massive action, you're telling the universe that nothing is going to stop you. You're saying that you're going to keep moving forward, no matter how many doors get slammed in your face, no matter how many times you get knocked down. You're going to keep moving forward. You think success just happens by chance? It doesn't. Success is built on a foundation of consistent, relentless action. And I'm not talking about sitting on the sidelines and watching others succeed. I'm talking about getting in the game, giving it everything you've got, and not worrying about the outcome. You see, it's not the destination that matters as much as the journey. The process of taking massive, relentless action is what will change you. It'll change the way you think. It'll change the way you approach challenges. It'll change the way you see yourself. You'll start to realize that you're capable of far more than you ever imagined. That you can do things that once seemed impossible. But that only happens when you start taking action, not just any action, but massive, unstoppable action. Look, there are going to be times when you feel like quitting, when you're exhausted, when it feels like nothing is going the way you want. That's when you need to dig deeper. That's when you need to remind yourself that success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who take relentless, unapologetic action. It comes to those who are willing to keep going when it gets tough, when it gets uncomfortable. Because here's the truth, growth happens in discomfort. It happens in the moments when you think you can't take any more, and then you push through anyway. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who don't quit. They keep going when everyone else falls off. They take action when it's the last thing they feel like doing. If you want to change your life, if you want to get to the top, then you need to stop hesitating, stop making excuses, and start moving. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Start with what you have right now, where you are, with what you can control. Action doesn't require perfection, it requires grit, determination, and the willingness to fail. Because every time you fail, you're closer to success. Every time you fall short, you've learned something you didn't know before. And with every lesson, you get closer to becoming the person you need to be in order to achieve your goals. So don't sit there waiting for someone to tell you it's your time. It's already your time. Your time is now. The only question is, are you going to take the action necessary to make it happen? Are you going to go after your dreams with everything you've got? Or are you going to sit back and let life pass you by? The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will give you everything you want, everything you deserve when you take massive, unstoppable action. There's no time to waste. Start now, move now, push now. The moment you decide to stop hesitating and take action, that's the moment your life begins to change. And once you started, nothing will be able to stop you. Keep moving forward and nothing will stand in your way. Nothing. Adversity has a way of knocking you down. It doesn't ask for permission and it doesn't care about your plans. It comes in all forms: loss, rejection, failure, hardship. But what it does to you is something that can either make or break you. And here's the reality: it's not the adversity itself that matters, it's how you choose to respond to it. The true test of who you are and who you will become lies in your response. Because adversity, when you confront it head on, has the power to mold you, shape you, and fortify you in ways comfort and success never will. When adversity strikes, most people are quick to give in, to throw in the towel, and to let it define them. They allow it to dictate their future, but not you. You see, adversity isn't your enemy, it's your trainer, your teacher, your coach. It's there to refine you, to show you what you're truly made of. Every hardship, every trial is a lesson waiting to be learned. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to strengthen your character. What you learn from adversity shapes your very foundation. You can't build a solid structure on a weak foundation. And adversity is what tests and strengthens that foundation. When you're forced to face the toughest moments of your life, it's in those moments you discover your true strength, your resilience, your grit. You learn what you're capable of. It's easy to think you're strong when everything is going well. But your true strength is revealed in the fire and the struggle when everything is against you. That's when you find out who you really are. And let me tell you something, this is where character is built. Character isn't about how you act when things are easy. Character is about how you respond when things get tough. It's about being consistent, being disciplined, and holding on to your values when the world is trying to knock you down. It's about keeping your integrity, staying true to yourself, and standing tall even when you feel like you're at your lowest point. The world will test you, life will test you, but the way you rise from that test, how you handle it, will determine who you are. Adversity teaches you that. It forces you to face the truth of who you are and who you want to become. This is your opportunity to grow. The struggle is necessary because it's what forges you into the person you're meant to be. It helps you develop qualities like patience, perseverance, humility, and strength. It helps you learn the power of discipline, the power of focus, and the power of persistence. Without adversity, you would never understand these lessons. Without struggle, you would never have the grit to go after your goals and dreams. You need the struggle. You need the adversity. And what you need to realize is that it's not something you should run from, it's something you should embrace. Every time you pick yourself up after a setback, you're not just recovering, you're growing, you're getting better. And with each challenge you face, you're becoming the person you need to be to achieve everything you've dreamed of. The world doesn't want weak people. The world wants strong, resilient, unshakable individuals who understand that the journey isn't easy, but it's worth it. When you use adversity to strengthen your character, you're becoming that person. You're building the foundation that will carry you to success. So the next time life throws a punch your way, don't recoil in fear, don't retreat. Stand your ground. Use that adversity to your advantage. Let it make you stronger. Let it refine you. Let it show you how powerful you really are. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how you respond to the challenges you face. That's what determines your success. That's what determines your future. So get out there and use adversity to build the character that will carry you to the heights you've always dreamed of reaching. So let me leave you with this: adversity is not the enemy, it's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. It's what shapes you, strengthens you, and ultimately defines you. The next time you face a challenge, don't see it as something that's meant to break you. See it as an opportunity to build the person you were always meant to be. When you embrace the struggle, when you learn from it, and when you use it to strengthen your character, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are becoming the kind of person who can handle whatever life throws your way. And let me tell you, that person is unstoppable. So take the lessons from adversity, build your character, and use it as the foundation for your success. Because when you come out on the other side, you won't just have survived the storm, you'll have learned how to control it. And that, my friend, is power.